and he won the visa lottery. Today he's in America, has masters in nursing. What is your story? What are your thoughts? How did America change your life? Or how did going abroad generally change your life? Where are the people that are always quarreling with me normally? Eh? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Remy, you don't sleep these days anymore. My beautiful sister Remy. You know they sleep at all. And they see you steady and I'm happy for you. And Remy, let me tell you something, yeah. You need a dark sky in your life. I don't know if you're already there or if you're going there, but you need a dark sky in your life. Because stars can only shine if the sky is dark. You can see stars in the daytime. Oh. That's why they call the planet Venus Lucifer, the morning star. But the stars do not really shine until there's darkness. So I have a special message for Remy. I have a very, very special message for Remy. So let me bring Savvi Initiative. Let me bring Savvi Initiative. By the way, shoes like that. Huh? Fine boy. Savage.
Good evening. Sorry, it's morning for you.
Yeah, it's you are still yesterday, I'm today. For those of you that don't believe tomorrow will come, I'm already in his tomorrow.
Time is relative.
So how are you doing? How are you doing? The topic is how I wasn't expecting you to come. So let's talk about how America changed your life. And then also, we are supposed to be running a project. What's going on? I want you to also brief us on that. But first of all, let us start with how did America change the trajectory of your life?
Um, for me, it's a lot different in those terms. But largely, America just gave me a lot of opportunities. I always tell people that me personally, I sought America out. My coming to America was not because Nigeria was difficult. It was because I couldn't survive in a place like Nigeria. It was too chaotic, and it was not. I like structure and equity. Nigeria was not equitable, and the moment I realized that, I was like, I don't want to be here. So what I mean by that is, I don't mind standing in line for 5 hours as long as my space in the line is not going to be taken from me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm okay with that. I like a sense of structure. I like a situation where everything has I'm a very disciplined person personally, but Nigeria as it is not a very disciplined country, and only you by yourself cannot you cannot be disciplined or you cannot be functional while everybody else is dysfunctional, right? You would not be able to do well in those kind of situations. So, like I said, I sought Nigeria, I sought America out. So, in terms of how it has changed my life, I feel like for me, I've already cultivated the discipline, and that is why I felt like this is the kind of place I want to be in. Now, if I was in Nigeria, would I have gotten as far as I am right now? I don't think so, because some of those opportunities are not available. And outside of the opportunities that are available, it's also a very psychological thing, because what I found is that in Nigeria, people would stifle you. The more outspoken you are, the more honest you are. It's a different thing if, it's a level playing ground, right? But it's not. Nigeria is to the point where if you're smart and intelligent, everybody wants to go against you. Everybody wants to turn their back on you. If you're speaking up for the right thing, you get in trouble. And that's not what it's supposed to be. Bless you. Taking you for an example right now, there was a time where, in a bid to, make people more aware, you started to talk about some intricacies of the religious Bible, the Bible, and concept that it teaches that people do not already know, right? Bless you, bless you. And how much problems, how much issues, how that even affected, your career, to the point where you had to stand your ground and say, this is something that I believe in, and you actually feel like that message and the liberation of information that you're about to give is more important than whatever money or anything, right? You see something like that. But you should not have to suffer that way just because you're trying to do the right thing. So that's kind of like what I'm saying, right? So that was what I experienced in Nigeria, and that was why I was like, this is just not the place, And you're gonna sit in a banking hall in a line, and when I realized that there's an actual problem, was you stand in a banking hall in a line, there's 20 of you, and somebody comes from outside and jumps that line, and you are speaking up, and the people in the line with you who have been standing for 2 hours want to turn on you and yell at you. I lost my mind the day that happened to me, right? So I was speaking up. I was one of the youngest people on that line, and everybody told me to shut up. That the sooner the big man gets answered, like when they answer him or when he jumps the line, the sooner we are able to get out of there. So they were more concerned of being a slave in that place than actually speaking up, and us changing that, even in that small manner
Narrative,
right there.
yes.
So those are the things that I had problems with, and I was like, what? It is either I get killed here or I get in trouble or something like that. And ever since then, I just was like, what? I need to leave this place because this is not a place that is conducive for me. So, in terms of America changing my life, it has done an amazing, it has given me amazing opportunities. It has allowed me to, it has just given me means, right? But one of the things that I think is more important than means that America gives to you is the mentality. And I feel like I had already cultivated that long before I got here. Because I don't know if some of your followers and fans would know this. Let me tell you how the typical Nigerian mind works in America. I come here, I get a job. I live in a nice, moderate apartment here. But for the first few years of my life, I'm just going to keep sending money home to Nigeria to build a house, right? When you're done building the house, you go to the auction, you buy a Range Rover, and then you buy a Range Rover maybe like 10 years old, and then you buy another car that's like 5 years old. You send it home, you go to Nigeria every December, and for events like ceremonies and all of that stuff, and you spray $1. That is typical Nigerian. I'm wealthy, I live abroad, and you send some change home, right?
I just got
Now,
back.
that's just it. That's it for most Nigerians, right? Because a lot of them are here. They have opportunities to, start businesses, start franchises, start gas stations, start group homes. But you're gonna realize that a lot of them never do, because for the most part, what is still running in their mind is that very archaic and very competitive Nigerian concept and mentality inside their head, right? And a few people actually get to that point where they're competing on the larger scale. But I'm just telling you, this is how broadly a lot of people, even after they get here, think, because they're still running the Nigerian programming for the most part. And that is why you realize, I always tell people, when you come to this country, the people that you live in their house, or the people that you're around, can determine if you're going to get your papers in the next 6 months or you're going to get it in the next 2 years. next 16 years. It's going to determine if you're going to be able to, buy a house in the next 6 years or in the next 3 years, or if you're going to buy it in the next 10 years. It's going to determine when you get your papers, and it's going to determine a lot of things, right? That is what I think, or that is what I have observed. So it has just given me a lot of opportunities, a lot of mentalities that I have, a lot of things that I assumed was maybe impossible. It has given me the opportunity to be able to chase those things. And also psychologically, seeing how governments are run, seeing how it pays to have an ideology, seeing how it pays to have integrity. One of the things that I hold to, that if people ask me, like, what do I think has helped me here, I'm going to say integrity. Right? America would reward you for having integrity, for doing your job well. Right? They really do not care what your culture, tradition, idiosyncrasy, and ideology is. As long as you show up and you show out and you're doing what you're supposed to do, they'll give you the promotions, they will listen to you, they will invite you to places, they will associate with you, and they will care about what you're doing. It's just that simple, really, to be honest. It's just that simple, right? Um, I disagree because what you think don't work for everybody else. I completely agree with you. It doesn't work for everybody else. What works for you is what is inside your mind. That's one thing that I need people to understand. If you think it's possible, you are right. If you think it's impossible, you are also right, my guy. All right. So if you think it can work for you, you are right. If you think it cannot work for you, you are also right. If you think that what I'm saying is not factual, you are right. If you also think that it makes sense, you're also right. So it's not about right or wrong. It's just about where our minds are, and that is what truly drives our experiences of life. It's not the external is not what is driving the internal. And just at the risk of sounding religious, it says that as it is in heaven, so is it on earth. A lot of people attribute the heaven to somewhere up there, but no, the heaven is in your mind. So how it is in your mind is how your earth, your physical world, is going to respond to you. And like I said, if you believe it, you are right. If you don't believe it, you're also correct. I'm not here to, I'm not here to convince anybody or change anybody's mind. Everybody's got things working for them the way that they believe it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and as a man thinketh, so is he. So, and guys, I'm not a religious person, so I promise you, I'm not preaching. I just know all of these concepts to be actually true. So, however you perceive it here is how it's going to manifest around you. It's just that simple. So, if you're saying that what I'm saying is not feasible, you are right. If you think that it's also feasible, you're also right. It's just a function of your mind. So you got to determine what you want out of every situation that you are
Let me
that's what I
branch
think.
you off a little bit. Let me branch you off a little bit.
Absolutely.
You in Nigeria, you definitely were some level of religious. The far right and the far left, and somewhere
Yeah.
far in betweens. Tell us
Yeah.
how America affected your spiritual and religious journey.
Aye, aye, aye. So
Why was that a high moment for you?
yeah, no, because it didn't start here. So I'll tell you something very interesting. I had
Hmm.
already known that religion was there was a hypocrisy to religion for me even since when I was in Nigeria. It was just weird for me, quite frankly. So I'll be very honest with you. So I was living in Nigeria like I was not meant to be there. So everything was weird to me. Like religion, the fact that let me tell you an experience that I had when I think I was 9 years old, and this is how long ago that all of this concept that started, forming in my mind. We were in a mall where we were dropping somewhere in a market, and there was a thief, right? Somebody, you know how they used to shout, "Ole, ole, ole, ole," right? And everybody ran. It was a Friday, and everybody ran, and they lynched the guy right there. Like I experienced that, right? Because the mall we couldn't pass. It was like a hold up, and all of that stuff happened. There was market very nearby, and all of that stuff. And I kid you not, as soon as the lynching was done, I think they were trying to burn the guy or something like that, but it was out. They called to prayer, and everybody left to pray. The Muslims were gone. The guys that were literally just killing people
Hey, buying. Calm down. Continue, continue.
So the people that literally were about to unalive this person, everybody had their mats out and they had their water and they were getting ready to pray. I at 9 years old, I was like, what is this? Like they literally just wanted to take his life. That's why we are stuck in this hold up and we're not able to get to where we're going. And in that moment, something started to happen to me where I was like, there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with that picture for me, right? And I have also gone ahead in different areas to also experience those kinds of hypocrisies too. So there was a disconnect for me. How can people who claim to love God or have scriptures and all of those things, how can they blatantly do certain things? So all of these things were already conflicting in my mind. And it was funny because, as a young boy or a young child in Nigeria, you cannot tell your parents that you're not going to church or you're not going to mosque. Then it means in school, it's not up to
They
your
not
age,
born
you're
you
not getting.
well.
Do you understand, right? And I was a very, very powerful preacher in church as well at the time. But I did not believe everything I was preaching. I did not. Like I stood on those pulpits, I was talking, a lot of people were listening. I was eloquent, of course. And there was a way that I broke things down that, people in the church were understanding, the youth church and all of that. But I swear to you, I did not believe everything I was saying. There was something inside of me that felt like, dude, you're lying. You're just very good analytically, right? Do you know how there are some people that are very eloquent and just with words, they can make jargon sound okay? That was what it felt to me like I was doing, right? So I was just talking, people were getting moved, parents were like, they want their kids to be able to talk about the Bible like me, blah, blah. But, every time at night, I'm like, I'm a liar. Like, this is not, I don't believe all of some of these things that I'm saying. It's not legitimate, right? So I've already had those conflicts. I've already had those conflictions in my mind before I, got it. So I got into a lot of books. I read a lot as a child. I read a lot. So I started to read a lot of books and all of that. And I started to realize that, you know what? Some people just made up their own rules. And all we're having problems with in the world is my rules against your rules. That's all it is. I truly don't have a problem with you, right? Because if you put kids that have not been indoctrinated to anything in a room, they don't know who is Muslim or they don't know anything. They don't have those biases yet. And what it means, what we call our tradition and all of these things, is we now teach them something that makes them feel excluded and better than somebody else. So we essentially raise our children in like some form of bigotry that you are a Christian, so you are better than a Muslim, or you are Muslim, so you're better than a Christian, or you are Yoruba, you're better than an Igbo person, or you are Igbo, you're better than a Hausa person, or you are Hausa, you're better. So the moment we teach them that bigotry, now they will have problem with everybody else that does not sound, look, ideate, or perceive like them. And in reality, if you look at everything that is being said, even within the concept of this religion, they all confluence. They are all saying the same thing. In all honesty, right? It's just like Christians will say Jesus is the Son of God, correct? And Muslims are going to say Muhammad is the prophet of God, right? Who cares? At least get the message. What message did they both bring? Who cares what their relationship with the divine is? What is their message? Love your neighbor as yourself. Because largely, most of these religions, none of them actually preach hate. Some of them do, but we're not going to get into that. But maybe not directly, but by excluding themselves and assuming that they are better, right? And if you look at the concept of Jesus Christ as well, one of the things that is interesting about Jesus Christ for me, even till today, even though I'm not religious anymore, I still read the Bible. That's very powerful for me about the story of Jesus Christ. It's almost as if this guy came to break all of the barriers and all of the biases, right? Because largely he spent most of his time with the people that he typically should not be around.
Hmm.
That was what he did. It was like the dude just came, stepped out of the church and said, okay, you know what? All of you in the church are not the ones that need saving. I'm going out into the streets to go and meet the Oloshos. I don't know if prostitutes is allowed on the thing. I want to go and meet the Oloshos. I want to go and meet the tax collectors. collectors. I want to meet all of these guys because those are the guys that need salvation, and I'm going to go deal with them. I'm going to eat with them. I'm going to wash their legs. I'm going to relate with them. I'm going to understand, and I'm going to behave a different way to the point where they now start behaving like me. Did you get what I'm trying to say? So it wasn't just about talking to people about what it is that they should do or quoting scriptures. It was more like Jesus Christ was living a life that they can copy or they should be a part of. Simple, right? But today, everybody wants to post on WhatsApp, but they want to be animals at the back of that WhatsApp. Everybody wants to post Bible verses. Everybody wants to go to church. Everybody wants to relate with something religious. Everybody's religious, but nobody's godly. A lot of people are not godly. You're just religious. You're not godly, right? And a lot of people are focused on being able to read the book. All it shows is that you have a very good memory. It doesn't mean you're intelligent. You know how to quote the book. Yes, you have a good memory. Having a good memory and knowing what is being taught are two different things.
Two completely.
That's just the God honest truth.
Completely different things.
You have a good memory, meaning that you might be able to, you know exactly where John said something. You know exactly where somebody said. Eloquence is not intelligence. And being able to speak English does not mean you have sense. That's just the truth, right? But that is what the market of religion is contingent on right now. Being able to say the word of the God, when you're able to even rhyme, it's like rapping now. When you perspire, you respire. When you clinical salvation, you know, they end it with words that are rhyming and then they sound so intelligent and then they make content and people are sharing the content and I'm like, you probably don't realize how stupid and how wrongly this guy is actually using these words.
And how he's misquoting the Bible and renegotiating it to suit his own agenda.
His own narrative and the content that he was trying to create. So back to your question and circling back. Now, America really did not do much because I had already had like my own questions for a very long time in my mind, even when I was in Nigeria. But one of the things that it did for me is it allowed me the liberty to be able to speak about these things, right? And not get in trouble. Let me tell you something that happened one time where I was working. I used to work at a broadcasting institution. And
you did broadcasting in Nigeria?
Oh yeah, I was with a radio station in yeah.
What state? Lagos?
No, I was in Ibadan.
Which radio station?
I'll tell you later. You know some people that are colleagues as well. So what had happened was it was after NYSC. I was volunteering. I was not getting paid nothing. I was just sitting down there so that the spot opens, right? I was, editing. I was packaging products. I was writing scripts, voiceovers. I was doing all of those things, right? And then we had this CEO then, or maybe the manager at the time. So I was just waiting, just doing my thing, and giving my time and all of that. And he had gone to some church, all of those end of the year things they do, and then they give them stickers. So he bought a lot of the stickers and handed it to everybody in the station that has a car. And I had this Mercedes that I was very proud of then. I had it matte black. It was matte black. All the glass was tinted, black rims and everything. So he wanted me to put this sticker that was like red and this thing, all those poor people stickers that you see on Okadas. He wanted me to put it on my car. So he gave it to me. I was like, this is not. I just held it, and I think I trashed it or I left it in the studio or something. Maybe he saw it. I don't know. Then he asked me like 2 days after, like, what about the sticker that he's not seeing on my car? I was like, sir, I'm sorry, I can't put it on my black car. Like, it's going to speak good and all of that. My guy, the next time there was an opportunity that opened, there was a guy that just walked in like maybe like some weeks ago. That was the guy that got the job. He didn't make me permanent just because of that. Just because of that. I was there for 3 years. 3 years, and a religious sticker was what made me not get the opportunity. See, it was one of
So those stickers actually work.
Doing what?
If you had put it on your car, you'd have gotten the job.
There you go. Listen, I didn't think about it like that. They work. I get apparently because the logic follows. If I put it on it, I'll have gotten the job. I didn't put it on it. I didn't get the job. It makes sense. It makes sense. But yeah, it was that made me started to think like, you know what, this is not the place. By integrity, my coming there on time, even though I wasn't getting paid, I was the first in, I was the last out. My discipline and making sure I got things that I was, that I
Was
needed
not
to get done.
rewarded.
And
It
all.
was what did not count that was rewarded.
Yes, it was a sticker that mattered. So those were the challenges that I already had, and those were the problems that I already had with the system and all of that stuff. And that was why I was like, you know what, this might
And
not
I
be the
know say
best
you
place for me.
stubborn.
I
Till
know.
now you still stubborn. You tell her say you no go pay
Oh
sticker.
yeah.
Hey.
And I think he also did not believe it. I think he did not. He couldn't comprehend that I was telling him that I wasn't gonna put this. Everybody had the sticker on, but I wasn't gonna do that because yeah, no, I love that car so much. I wasn't gonna disfigure it with that
Even me, I
plastic
used to
sentiment.
go to
Absolutely.
one church where they used to have a concert every year. They will now tell all of us to put the sticker of the concert on our car. I put it on my door in my house. I said, my motto. No.
Yeah, it's
I remember
something.
my
So
ex used to be,
those are the
so your car is now more important than God. I said, this sticker is not God. It's a sticker of a concert. It's not God. Anyway,
it's not.
continue your gist.
It's
I
not.
dey gbadun you, Jare.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's things like that. I couldn't handle things like that, and it just continued to put me in trouble. Like even trouble that I'm not supposed to be in. Like just going to see something and say it's not right, and then I'm in trouble, right? Or it was just ridiculous. I needed to be out of there. If I was in Nigeria right now, I'll be in trouble. I just know it. I can feel it. If I was living in Nigeria, I'll be in trouble. I'll be in serious trouble because I'll have said something. Because I don't know how to see things and not say something. And that is why, even right now, I'm very isolated from things that are happening on social media. I don't want to see it. All my friends know, don't send it to me. I don't want to see it because I want to say something. So I don't want to see it. So I don't have to say anything. Let me focus on my life and everything else that I'm doing. I don't want to see it because I'm going to say something. I mean, when I'm saying something, I don't know how to say something and beat around the bush. I'll say what I mean and leave it at that. Come and beat me. Like that's the mentality that I have. That okay, you kukuma come and beat me where I am. Let me see if you can come and beat me. And if you cannot beat me, okay. I mean, for the most part, I'm about five inches taller than most of the people I come around. So the beating of me would be very, very
Good
slim
on.
track.
And then you have muscle like this. The first day I saw you in my
Then I
life, I
have
was
a
like,
bit of, I mean, with a sprinkle of muscle. So I'm like, let me know what want to happen. And nobody's paying my bills. Nobody's giving me money. So I do. So that's kind of like why I just stay away from it completely. Because sometimes you don't want to make enemies when there's no need for it. So you just leave all of those things alone and focus on other, important things. So that's how I see it.
okay, so tell us about the Savvy initiative. Because I know you and I are supposed to be working on it, and
We are.
we're putting things, we're putting structure on the ground. How did America influence the Savvy initiative? And where is the Savvy initiative? What are the plans? What do you think the Savvy initiative has done, especially for Nigerians, both in diaspora and back home in Nigeria?
Absolutely. So, just FYI, Savvy Initiative started in Nigeria in 2014. So it wasn't Savvy Initiative did not start in America. Started in Nigeria in 2014. And what had happened back then was I went for I had an opportunity to come to the United States in 2014 and represent Nigeria at the World Championship of Performing Arts because I was a professional model at the time. I came back home with a silver and gold medal. Nigeria does not celebrate talent. It was the first time Nigeria was going. It was the first time we got a gold and silver medal out of like 38 countries, but nobody knew anything. But anyways, so I had some money from the event, and I had some clout, just a little bit of attention. And what I thought was important at the time was to use that opportunity to start to help kids in government secondary schools. So I used to go over there and mentor them, talk to them about the opportunities that are available. Because when I thought about it, I was in a university back then. I went to a private university, Leeds City University, And even in those moments, I used to see all these government secondary school kids just all around the place, right? And I realized that when I did my research, I realized that some of them and most of them are first generation high school graduates, and half the time, most of them will not go beyond that, right? And there's a lot of things that most of them do not actually understand or know, that there are opportunities that are available outside of them having or the need to go to a university, and a lot of them might not be able to anyways. So I started to talk to these kids, mentor them, and talk to them about other opportunities and things like that. At the time, I worked with Etisalat. We started to give them. Etisalat had this tablet back then, Click Light. So I started to help them, just to get those kids on the internet and things like that. So we've been doing that the whole time. I moved here a few years ago, and when I did that, I continued what I was doing. So currently, what we have done is we have made those programs into four, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to use empowerment, education, and mentorship as some form of charity. Another problem that I was able to see that we had at the time was that charity in Nigeria was money, and that was not able to sustain people. It was just able to give them something in the short term for them to be able to eat or something like that. And I felt
Mm.
like, a lot of people are not getting psychologically and mentally empowered for them to be able to do some of these things by themselves. So in my mind, I started to think of a way to be able to change that narrative mentally, give people the right kind of role models to follow. And the only way I can start doing that is to be myself a better role model to them. And that's what we started to do. So under the Savvi initiative, we have four different programs. One of our programs is called, we have two of them in Nigeria and two of them in the United States. One of the programs that we have in Nigeria is called Empower Her Program. It's a program where we reach out to high school girls, government secondary school girls. We reach out to 400 of them every single month. And what we do is we talk to them about the opportunities that are available to them on the internet. Then we talk to them about hygiene as well. And then we
Mm.
distribute hygiene products to them. We give them sanitary towels, we give them toothbrushes, we give them toothpaste, we give them soaps, and we give them hygiene products that they're able to use for the month. Um, Not just for the sanitary towels that we're distributing to them has a couple of it in it, so they're able to use it for at least 3 months. If your cycle is lasting 3 days, you'll be able to use our sanitary towels for 3 to 4 months, because we're giving them a pack of four, and then we're giving them toothpaste and all of those things, because in some of these schools those things are challenges, right? We don't know how frequently they change their sanitary towels, but we give them a handful. And one of the things that we're doing right now is we're trying to work on a way to be able to teach these girls how to actually make. We're going to partner with some other organizations to be able to teach these girls how to make their own sanitary towels and how to reuse them and things like that. So that is something that we're still working on currently. But we are reaching 400 girls in government secondary schools every single month in Nigeria. Yes, we are giving them deodorants as well. So in the pack that they have toothpaste, they have a toothbrush, they have deodorants, they have sanitary towels, and a piece of soap. That's what they have in their packets. And also, we give them these things. We're very concerned about the environment, so we don't give them this thing in plastic bags. We give them in biodegradable paper. And also, in case any one of you are wondering, these things are not open for them to be like. It's not something that we display that people can see that they have sanitary towels in there. They are pre-packed and they're sealed before we hand them over to the girls after we have finished talking to them about the opportunities that are available to them on the internet. Like I said, the internet is very important and tech is very important today. And a lot of these kids, like I said, are going to be first generation high school students. Most of them that are going to these government secondary schools, there's only about 20% that will have the opportunity to go to a university, a polytechnic. And out of that
Hmm.
20%, about only 10% of them are going to graduate and be able to have some kind of BSc or diploma, right? Most of them would have to go back to some trade that their parents are doing and stuff like that. But today, it's not always about education. There's so many other things that you're able to learn online, right? So we are opening that channel up for them, because a lot of them do not even know that there's opportunities on the internet outside of creating content or watching videos and movies and things like that. So that is very important that we do. And we're very proud of that program. The second program that we run is called our Youth Tech Connect, and this is for both boys and secondary school girls. Government secondary school girls are our focus, and it's the same thing we're doing for the girls, but here we are doing it a bit more practically, where we are zooming in and literally showing them how to go on social media or the internet to search for information. So it's gonna be something like us asking somebody, "You want to be? How are you? Do you want to be a carpenter?" And it's like, "Yes, I want to be a carpenter, but I don't know how." And we tell him to go on YouTube and type carpentry 101 and things like that, like
Mm.
literal hands-on opportunities for them to be able to do some of these things. That difference, I don't know if you know this, but I'll be very honest with you. There are graduates in Nigeria that don't know how to search for information on the internet, and everybody thinks they can. They can't. A lot of people cannot. That is freeze. If you tell some people to go and find some information right now, the first thing they're going to do is just type it on Google, and the first thing that comes up is what they type. Most people do not know how to use commas. They don't know how to use hyphens. They don't know how to use some of the English punctuation to create such criteria on Google. Even graduates, a lot of people don't know how to do that. So it is showing those kids how to find a way to get those information and to be able to use it for themselves in a valuable way, as opposed to them just surfing and clicking, because most of them are already on the internet anyways. Did you have a question?
Yes, I didn't want to take you back, so I was about to abandon the question. But still, let me ask. You were a
Yeah.
model in Nigeria. How did you get past your parents to go into modeling?
Um, it was the same way I got past everything. I made a decision that I'm going to get in trouble, but I'll do whatever I want to do regardless. That type of situation, right? But eventually they started to support me. They supported my modeling. Me coming to America back then for my modeling was actually sponsored by them. But it wasn't always like that. I used to play basketball. I used to be a beast on the basketball court. But people really didn't. There was not really a lot of support for that, because I used to remember, going to play, now Nigerian parents, they'll tell you to come back at a certain time, you're not home, and then, you get in trouble. But I've always been very hard headed since I was a child. So it was one of those things where I'll go and do whatever I need to do and come home and come and face the consequences. And that's kind of like how I still live my life right now. I'll do whatever. Listen.
Whatever needs to be done, we'll deal with the
I'll do
consequences
whatever
later.
needs to be done and I'll face the consequences. So that's kind of like the mentality that I have. And it was the same thing when I was young as well. But eventually I was able to show them that I was serious about it. And I know it's one of those things too. I don't blame our parents sometimes, because sometimes as kids want to do like 5, 10 different things at the same time, and it's seen as some kind of youthful exorbitant. It
Exuberance,
seems,
yes.
yeah, it seems like a youthful exuberance, but sometimes it's just kids trying to find themselves, right? So maybe sometimes, maybe you don't you play football, then you don't take it serious, and then you jump onto another thing, and then you jump onto another thing and stuff like that. So I can understand, their pessimism, or their understand, or their perception about it, as maybe this kid is just jumping up and down the whole place, right? So I don't blame them in any way, shape, or form for that, because I wasn't an easy kid as well. I was a very, 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 very stubborn kid.
Were you
When I was,
firstborn, second-born? What was your position in
oh
the
my
family?
god, it depends on how you want to look at it. From my biological family, I'm the 14th, I think 13th or 14th kid. But I grew up with a family member. So I was what you would consider as the first before their other kids. All the kids were younger than I was. So, like I said, I wasn't doing very well in school. As you guys are looking at me, I repeated primary. I repeated GS2. Where did I repeat again? I was just very stubborn and I wasn't doing well in school. So, I say that just to absolve them of any kind of wrongdoing. To be honest, right? I was a monster. I was a beast. I was terrible at school. I was a rough kid. I was very stubborn, like from time, so it was very challenging for them, and I kind of feel bad for them now in retrospect. but it's what has made me the person that I am today. So I grew up with this sense of I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I know I'm gonna get flogged or beaten or something, but I need to go and play basketball and I need to have fun. I need to go and model. I need to go and do all of those things. I gotta go take pictures. It doesn't matter if I'm gonna come home late. They're gonna be pissed. I'll save my money to do my photo shoots and all of those kind of things. So it was not that big of a deal, but when it started to get serious, like I said, when I was going to come compete in Nigeria, of course, when I was going to come represent Nigeria, of course, Nigeria was not footing the bill. They did. So they supported eventually when they saw that this was something that was serious for me. So um, yeah, that was that.
Ah.
Yeah.
So tell us about Savvy Initiative and where you are right now with
Yes, yes,
regards
yes.
to
So
that. Let me get my
so we
pepper
have two
soup
more
so I can
programs.
enjoy you.
Yeah, fine. So we got two more programs currently right now in America. One of the programs that we have is called our e-mentor program, and honestly, what we do with that is that we connect people with. So let me tell you why we came up with this program, right? So when I came to America, what had happened was I was doing some menial things here and there, and a lot of you, if you guys had followed me, I used to talk about this. I used to deliver food on I used to do live shows and deliver food on Grubhub, and I used to do all of those things. Some of you might be privy to some of those things, right?
Yeah.
So I heard about project management and IT, and I wanted to get into it, but I was not able to. Um, I tried getting someone to teach me that, but it costed a lot of money, and I couldn't afford it at the time. So what I was able to do was I went on YouTube and I was able to teach myself what I do currently right now. And I was able to do that. I was able to get a job and do well at the job with a lot of help. And one of the things I thought about is there's a lot of there are still a lot of people like me rather who do not have, maybe cannot teach themselves like I did on YouTube to be able to get a job into the corporate America. And so what we do right now is I started training people for absolutely free. Then I also started connecting people with other people like my friends, and that was how we started a program called eMentor. And what we do is we connect different people that want to learn those courses all over the world. We've trained people in America, in the USA, in America, in the UK, Nigeria, in Philippines, everybody, like anybody. It's a global program. Anybody can join. So what I do is I connect all of these people who want to go into these fields, especially IT fields, with people who are willing to volunteer their time to teach it to them. So we're teaching cybersecurity, we're teaching Scrum, we're teaching Agile project management, we're coaching in cybersecurity, we're coaching in content and strategy, all those things, right? So we just put people together, people who have the skills and are willing to train people, and we connect them with people who are not able to pay for these things. These are some people who are CNAs in America, people who are just doing, menial jobs in Canada and things like that. So that's what that is about. And then the fourth program that we have is the most interesting one. It's called the Savvy Initiative Recognitions Awards. And you'll realize that all of the programs that I'm talking about, we're using education in some way and recognition as well. What had happened was when I got that job that I went on YouTube to learn and did all of those things, right? You know that learning something and being able to do something are two different things. So when I was trying to know how to do the job on the job, I realized that I don't know it that well. So what I was able to do was somebody connected me with a community of practice that I joined. There was a man called Mr. Femi. He's an amazing person. So I was going to join, and I asked him how much it was. It was like, no, I should just join the class. And I started to join the groups every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could not forget. And in 3 months, like, they made me very dangerous at this job. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? So I went back to him to give him some money, and he was, very surprised. It was like nobody comes back and gives him money, blah blah blah. And I was like, you literally changed my life. You made me go from, doing menial stuff here and there, running up and down the whole place, to being able to sit behind my desk and make, six figures and things like that. So, um, while I was doing that and while I was talking to him, the idea of the Savvy Initiative recognitions are what came to my mind, because I'm like, this guy is not on social media. Nobody knows him, and he's here transforming different people's lives. About 5,000 different people have gone through his classes and things like that. And I thought about it. There's a lot of Africans that are doing things like this that nobody knows about. And that is where we came up with the idea of the Savvy Initiative Recognitions Awards. And what we do is we recognize people within the African community in America and diaspora doing amazing things, but people would not necessarily know them if we don't call attention to them, right? Because I can if we did a stress test right now, and I asked some of the people in the comment section to mention 5 African inventors. They would not. People would struggle. I know a lot of people that are intelligent, smart, went to universities and all of that, and some of you are probably going to be going on Google right now to check how many black inventors are there, but there's a lot of them, but you don't know them because we don't celebrate them. But if I ask you about music, art, and Serena Williams, Oprah, Tyler Perry, you know all of them, right? So the thing is, I realized that it is only in our it's only in our community that the people that are leading our communities are all of this. Wale Soyinka is not an inventor. You see what I'm talking about? He's a writer. Wale Soyinka is a writer. He's a Nobel laureate, but he's not an inventor. But yes, so you see, this is the point I'm trying to make. But if I tell you to mention every other field right now, everybody is going to, rattle off, right? And if you look at it, in other communities, it is their scientists, their inventors, and all of those people that always lead their communities. So I thought of the idea of we need to start celebrating the people that make impact in our communities. Not just noise, not just. So our award is not for.
We celebrate
My name is
noise, not impact.
not impact. So it's not, I came to America and then I made a lot of money. Now I live in a white picket fence gated area. No, that's not our awardee. Our awardees are people like I came to America, I became a janitor, and I've taught 20 other people to be janitors. Those are the kind of people that we want to award. People who have found ways to be able to impact other people within the community that needing of that impact. People who stand as light poles or who have lead the road for other people. People who have been through things and have started to teach those things as well. One of the things somebody asked me last year when we were having our event in Las Vegas was that who are the people coming? I was like, yeah, exactly the point. You're not going to know them. That is why we are doing this, right? Because everybody wants to hear names. Who is the no? That is not the people that are supposed to be there are not the who of the who's. It is the people that are doing amazing things that you don't know about. And so our next event is this year is in Chicago, Illinois. It's the second edition, and it's a place for people in the diaspora to come and network. One of the biggest strengths and the biggest selling point of Savvy Initiative Recognition Awards is the fact that you're going to meet a lot of people in the community that are doing amazing things. It's a great opportunity for networking. A lot of people were able to do that last year. There was a lot of networking. A lot of people were able to meet each other and do a lot of different things. And there's friendships and business opportunities that have been forged ever since then, right? So that is what we're trying to do. It's a great place. We're gonna have a networking session. We're gonna have a black carpet event. This year we're gonna have a fireside chat that is going to comprise of Dr. Chinasa Okolo. She's Forbes 100 most influential women in the world. She is a black young lady that is doing amazing stuff with AI governance all over the world. A lot of people don't even know who she is. It's weird. We're also going to have Lara Ezobi also going to be speaking to us on the fireside. She owns one of the biggest home health aid businesses in Chicago. Our business currently is valued at $100 million, and then we have dignitaries and special guests like Ham. I don't know if some of you know Chipa Cash. The CEO of Chipa Cash is going to be at Syria Awards this year. His business is currently valued at 2.2 billion. I'm telling you, those are the kind of people we're going to have in the room. Right? Those are the kind of people.
And all of them are going to be contributing towards the conversation and, of course.
Oh, absolutely. We also have Emile Kior is also going to be there. He used to be a former NFL player, but currently doing amazing work with people in Indianapolis, doing entrepreneurship congresses and things like that. We're going to have Almaz Negash. She used to be the former advisor to the president on diaspora affairs. So those are the kind of people that are going to be in the room, and that is why we are trying to make sure that people come into that space. We also have an amazing award. His name is Manuel Home. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Is the CEO of Samaritan Feet. They give children shoes. They've just given, I think they've given about 5 million shoes all over the world, and currently have opened their own shoe factory in Ghana currently out of philanthropy. So those are the kind of people that are going to be in the room, and that is why we are trying to invite as many people as possible. It's going to be a very big opportunity for you to meet people that you naturally would not meet on the side of the road, especially in a place like America, right? So those are the kind of big wigs that are going to be in the room, and all of these people are just a few to mention that I remember off the top of my head currently, right? So those are the kind of people that we are expecting at the event. It's gonna be an event to show you African. It's all Africans, right, that are gonna be there. So our dress code is gonna be elegant African. We are keeping it real, right? And a lot of the thing we're going to have an Ayo display. We're gonna have a cultural display of Ayo at the event for this year. We're gonna have the talking drum. We're gonna have Nigerian food. It's just going to be elegance, and we're going to have an amazing after party, fireside chats. We're going to present the awards. We're going to have elegant and amazing presenters. So those are the kind of places. Those are the kind of places that you guys want to be at. We also are working on.
I hope we're gonna have Nigerian food,
Oh, Nigerian food
like
is going to
pepper
be
soup.
there. Yes. We're working on trying to. We're still waiting to hear from Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and
Woo!
also Candice Owens. I don't know if you guys know Candice Owens. We're also trying to reach
I
out to
follow
her.
her crazy.
Oh, she's amazing. She's amazing. So those are the kind of people that we're gonna have in the room. We're gonna have a lot of CEOs. We're gonna have a lot of people who are looking to even invest into, because that's another thing that we are trying to achieve with this. We are bringing investors into the room. So if you have an idea, you have a business, it's a place for you to. I promise you are going to be talking to somebody and not realize that they own a tech startup that is worth billions or millions and things like that. That's what that room is going to be like. And so our tickets are selling out very fast. It's not expensive at all for everything that you are going to be getting. Our VIP ticket is $250. Our VIP ticket is $300. And
Now I hear it has been moved to Chicago. Is that rumors?
yes. No, it's not a rumor. The event. So we had the first event in Las Vegas, but currently we are moving it to Chicago, and I'll tell you guys why we moved it to Chicago. Chicago gave us a lot of love last time. Most of the people that attended the event last year, about 70% of them were from the city of Chicago. So we
Oh wow.
determined that, yeah, we should
Where are
bring
you
it to.
based?
Oh, I'm not based in Chicago. I'm based in Indiana. It's the weirdest thing. I'm doing things where I'm not even at. All right, we're doing things, but my partner, one of my right hands, has team is in Chicago. She's holding it down. She's a
Let me
board
bring her
member for
up.
Savvi Initiative. Oh yeah, absolutely. So she's also a board member for Savvi Initiative. Avi is also here. Let me see. Is Avi here? Abby lives in Atlanta, so Abby also. Those are my people right there. Let me see if Abby is available so she can come. Yeah. So that's what we're putting together for for Savage Initiative. Chicago is cold in October. Come on, guys. Anyways, we are not. The event is not. The event is not under the tree now. So, guys, the event is in an amazing event space. Excellence is a very big deal. Like I said, we cannot bring all of these people and bring them into a shabby place, correct? So, please don't worry about. Somebody's saying, did I try to get Jackie Aina? I don't know who that is, and we can connect, and then you can tell me if they have to be in the room. We'll reach out. That's what we're trying to do. So please follow the page that I am currently on. It's the page for our non for profit. And if you guys have ideas or people that you think should be in the room, people we should reach out to, special guests, please reach out to me. I'm open to doing all of this and connecting with people and trying to get all of those people in. For the people that are wondering about, it's not going to be that cold in Chicago in October. That is number one. Number two, one of those things are what we have considered. Like I said, you guys are VIP and VVIPs. So from where you're going to be parking your car into the event space is heated. and you are not going to have to step outside of the event space, right? So if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask in my DMs, in the DM for this page. We have somebody who's handling that and is going to answer all of your questions. But I can assure you, like I said, if you're going to be dressing in elegant African attire, trust me, we're not going to let you walk in the wind. We're not going to let you go through any kind of discomfort. I promise you guys. Okay. Maybe some of you have not seen what we've done before, and I understand that. I can understand that sentiment of maybe being
You're
maybe being a
worried.
professional. Yeah, you're worried, right? But like I said, we are perfectionists with what we are doing, so we really and truly will be taking care of you guys for that night, and we want everybody to come out there. We want you guys to come and showcase and be wear your best African elegant attire and come and look your best. Come and meet with people. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. So that's that about that. I want everybody to show up. Let me know if there's any accommodations you guys want us to make for you. Let us know if there are people you want us to connect to that should be there and all of that good stuff.
Okay.
There's drinks, there's wine, there's everything. Like you literally will come there and be treated like royalty. There is no, you are not going to stand up
I
to go
can't
get
wait.
food. You're not going to be chasing for food. Yes, you will not be chasing for food. Food will, your cup will always be filled. You're gonna have wine. You're gonna have cognac. You're gonna have everything that you want. You have champagne, whatever it is you want, really. And it is gonna be hosted by yours truly. Daddy Freeze right here is gonna be hosting the event. You're gonna be hearing his voice.
My
Yeah,
first time in Chicago. I've been to quite a few places in the US, never been to Chicago.
exactly. So it's gonna be his first time in Chicago. You guys should come out there and all of that stuff. Someone said no fight over food. I promise you, there will be no fight over food. You are going to be served ASAP whenever you want to eat and all of that stuff. Can I help you with PR? Don't talk too much about food. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Um, it's about the. I think that people's hospitality is very important. You are going to be very surprised at how serious people care about those type of things. But um, yes, you're right. It's about the caliber of people that are going to be in the room. That is what is most important. And that is what I want everybody to come out there for. It is the fact that you are going to be able to meet people that you naturally would not just bump into. And I'm assuring you about the caliber of the people that are going to be. Trust me, you'll be very intrigued by who is sitting next to you and talking to you and things like that. Any important nurses guest speaker? We don't have a nurse as a guest speaker, but we have somebody who hires nurses and has a business that is worth $100 million. I think that she might, in case you want to listen to some, yeah. One of our keynote speakers, Lara Izobi, owns one of the biggest, if not the biggest, home health agencies in Chicago. Business is currently valued at $100 million. That's not even even her. She's not the biggest. She's not the biggest valuation in the room. Ham from Cheaper Cash is going to be the biggest valuation in the room probably. He's valued at $2.2 billion currently. So
What?
he's not speaking though, but he's going to be. Yeah. Yeah. He's not speaking, but he's going to be in the room. So those are the kind, and a lot of other people as well, because like I said, we're going to have we are also trying to use that as an opportunity for people to collaborate. So we're going to have people who are actually investors in the room. Currently, we just came back from DC. Savvi initiated myself and one of my team members. We're just in DC at the African Diaspora Investment Symposium. And most of the what that does is, I don't know if you've heard of it before, Daddy Freeze. It's Abike Dabiri was there. I met her recently last month. I was with Abike Dabiri last month. Actually, she's asking that we come to Nigeria in July because there's a diaspora event there she wants us to speak at, but we're still working on some of that. But we were over there, and what that does is a lot of investors from all over Africa and the world comes there, and people come and talk to them and pitch. So
Avi's here.
Hiya.
Hi, Avi.
Abby, what are you shooting on
Uh-oh.
2023?
You're using a
Hello.
Samsung, I can tell.
No, but I am an Android girly. You don't have to call me out like that on live. That's not nice.
So, how are you, Avi? It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
And I
So
heard
nice
that
to
because
see
of you,
you.
we're moving to Chicago.
Listen, sometimes I have a good idea, but this one was not mine.
So, yes,
Yeah.
Agod, you were saying something.
Yes, yes. Abby's always derailing my thoughts. Anyways, so so that's the whole idea. And Abby, I'll let you speak more about maybe what are you most excited about with Sierra this year and all that stuff.
I'm so excited for Sierra to be in a new location this year. I mean, we came out swinging hard in Vegas, and we definitely did what we set out to do. And I'm excited to be visiting Chicago this year and bringing Sierra to another part of the country. So if you weren't able to see us on the West Coast, come see us on the East Coast. We came to you. We listened. So come and see us. That's probably what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is Chris. I don't know if you know. So Abby is like Abby was responsible for how the whole day went, from 7 o'clock to 7:05, from 7:05 to 7:10, from 7:10 to she's the one that handled all of that stuff. So you're gonna be working
And
with her
from the
along.
videos I watched, that really went well. So, good one,
Yes,
Avi.
and Abby's a perfectionist. Yeah, Abby looks like she's nice, but as soon as you guys start to get into the details with what's going to be on the teleprompter, you know that she's not.
All of a sudden, I'm not nice anymore. It's weird.
She just plays nice.
Yeah, but she can play, guys. She's amazing. So yeah, I don't know if Aston is able to join, and actually it's exciting working with Avi as well, and we have such an amazing team, and it's crazy. We bump heads a lot because we are all perfectionists, but we're all perfectionists because we want everything to go well, right? And we want to make sure that we don't want to miss anything. We want to make sure that if you guys are coming over there, spending money, flying in, dressing nice, coming over there to expect to have the best night, you should have the best night.
Absolutely.
And we don't have any excuse not to give you the best. And one of the things that I also want to tell everybody here is Syria is one of those events that when you are in there, it's going to feel like something you've never felt before. Right? Everybody is royalty. Everybody there. Like before we have the events, we sit down with everybody that is serving or that's going to have any interaction with the staff and tell them, everybody here are royalty. Treat everybody like
they're superstars.
they're superstars. That's it. That is the most important thing for us, because more than what we are doing, the experience is more important to us than anything else. Than the awards, having a good experience, right? And Daddy Freeze, you'll be very interested to know that we had an African event that started on time and ended on time. And that's something we tell everybody.
Let me report
send
Savage to you
emails
people.
out.
I can't deal with Savage. If Savage says 3 o'clock, at 3:01, Savage will send you a stinker. We can't work like this. I'm like, it's 1 minute. We can't work like this. This is not how professionals work. I left everything I was doing to be here. Avi, have you experienced that too?
Have I experienced that? If I don't answer my phone at 4:30 in the morning, I get a text message at 4:31. You don't answer my calls anymore? Is this how we plan an event?
I thought I was the only one.
You're like, what are you talking about? I'm asleep. He's like, you're asleep? Sierra is coming. I'm like, okay, I'm awake. I'm sorry.
But yeah, guys, that is very true, and that is just a glimpse to. And
Honestly, everybody deserves it. Our honorees, our awardees deserve it. Our guests deserve it. Like, it needs to be the most incredible event that you've participated in, not only because you chose to spend your hard-earned money on an evening that is amazing, but also has a serious impact. You didn't take your money and spend it on a bunch of other stuff. You decided to do something that matters, and we respect that so much that we spend the last 8 months so far bending over backwards to make sure that this year is even better than last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to be hard because last year was amazing.
Oh yeah, you have no idea.
I spoke to a lady, just random. I didn't know I knew her from way back. I didn't know her. I knew her sister. I actually met her through Unique.
Yeah.
I knew her sister 30 years ago, her elder sister.
Oh wow.
And she spoke about the event last year, and she was like, you guys put something together, man. I saw the videos. I spoke to Frank. So if you say you want to beat that, even I'm worried because those standards are high. Those shoes are big to fill.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like Avi said, I have a very huge respect for people that support anything that we're doing. And so as a result of that, I feel like it is our responsibility to do whatever it takes to make sure it is an amazing event. And there's no compromise. It is either we do it the best way or we don't do it at all. It's just that simple, right? And one of the things that he phrased that is very close to my heart, and I've expressed this to Avi numerous times also, is that our community, a lot of people treat us like trash. Then sometimes we as well treat ourselves as trash. And we keep talking about it, but the people talking about it still treat somebody else from their community like trash. So we are going to change that. We are not just going to talk the talk. We are going to treat everybody.
You're going to walk the walk.
Yes. We're going to start the event on time because we respect everybody's time. We are going to make sure that the catering is perfect because we respect that people have come over there for us. We respect that people have flown down there. We respect that people are going to take 6 hours of their time to be there. These are not things that we should take for granted. These are not things that we should not care about. So I would wake Abby up in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. because if we wanted to sleep, then we should not embark on this project. Right? And we have like another 1 or 2 months of sleeping after the event. Then we start all over again.
Remember when you said that last year? And then the next day, we were talking about Sierra 2025. You promised me a month.
Yeah.
You promised.
But you didn't get a month.
12 hours.
Yeah. Because it's important that while we are talking about the problem or the issue, right, we start to change that part. We start to do what we can in our own small way because we're a microcosm, we're a smaller faction in a bigger chasm, in a bigger faction. And if we are not solving the little problems that we can solve and do something better, then we are not better than everybody else that is doing it the way that they're doing it. And I'm a perfectionist. Very proud of it. People think it's an insult. It's not. I'm a perfectionist, and Avi is a perfectionist. So we bump heads a lot. But by the time we grind our heads together, what we are coming out with is just amazing, right? Haslim is also we are all hard-headed people, and we're very annoying to ourselves when we're trying to do all of this stuff. But after we finish grinding our heads together, we put on a very good show, and everybody's like, it's perfect, it's great, and all of that. But we're killing ourselves on the inside and stuff. But yeah, that's
for you.
Hello, gorgeous. Last time I saw you were in my estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Good to see you, Dr. Freeze.
Good to see you. I see you online from time to time.
Hi, beautiful.
Yes. How are you?
So you came as we're ending.
I know.
But let me allow you to say a few things.
Okay. One of the board members of Sarah, and I coordinate a lot. this time he's coming to my city. He's coming to Chicago, and we're going to be bringing everybody. So I live in Chicago, so it'll be good to see everyone here.
But I think Avi too lives in
Like,
Chicago.
no,
Atlanta.
I'm in Atlanta.
So this
Next
is
year.
Haslim's event.
Next year.
So everybody is coming in. Our ticket is almost sold out. I can't wait to see everybody. We have so many things that we've put together for this event, and we're looking forward. I can't wait to see you too, Daddy Freeze. It's gonna be
I
fun.
can't wait, sis. I can't wait.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we go, this women right here, I have like my 3 horsemen. So anything that you guys see, it is herself, it is Haslim, it's Avi, it's Blessing. I have an amazing team. So
They are so wonderful. The fact that they can work with you, they are wonderful already.
Charlie's Angels, for real.
Yeah,
We deserve every medal.
We're used to it. No.
Sometimes I see Savage's missed call and I'm like, oh my God, I've done wrong now. Or what was I supposed to do that I've not done?
You can't be late. You can't be late. You can't be an hour. You can't be a minute late. You have to be on time.
Okay, guys, I'm not that bad.
You are.
You are.
But I am.
Daddy Freeze, I know you are busy. I'm busy too.
Yeah.
Daddy Freeze.
Tears are coming out of my eyes.
Oh my God. Yeah, but Daddy Freeze, but we're working it out, right? You're doing a lot better.
Yes, we have.
No, I'm so happy.
We have the cocktail. I'm sorry. Someone is asking. Yeah, there's cocktail. There's networking. There's after party, and also we're doing something a day after for the ladies. We have some people are single. They're looking for wives. Yes, some ladies are looking for husbands too. So we have some singles coming in too. So we have a lot of things that's gonna be there too.
And
so, yeah.
if you already have a husband but want to upgrade, there's possibility too. No, be me talk.
No,
it's okay.
But yeah, the networking piece is so let me give you guys a walkthrough of what the night will look like. You come in, you register, you hit the black carpet, and then you hit the cocktail and networking immediately. After that, you go into this space for our fireside, and then we do the talking to our guests for about 45 minutes, and then we start the award presentation. We have performances, cultural performances. We have singing and all that stuff. At the end of all of that, there's another opportunity for networking. Then you guys are gonna have the drinking, the eating, all of that good stuff. Then networking is gonna continue after that, and that networking after that then goes into our after party, which is also another opportunity for you to continue to network. Somebody's saying, are we looking for speakers? We have our speakers already, and this is not this speaking heavy events, right? So we don't have, one of the things that we don't do is we don't do keynotes, we do firesides. What that means is we have like a moderator talking to like 2 or 3 guests at the same time, asking questions, throwing it back, and things like that, so that it's not boring. We don't want a situation where one person is just talking at everybody, and it's monotonous, it's boring, and that's just not how we do it for sure, right? So there's an after party at the event space. There's also an after party again, because we like to have fun. Forget all of this. After we're done with all of those affairs, there are other things that we're gonna do to continue to have fun afterwards. So there's a lot of opportunity. I'm telling you guys, you're not gonna find any other networking events like this anywhere. I promise you. The names that are going to be in the room, even just catching a picture with them is going to be a big deal. I promise you guys, right? And that is because we've been able to position ourselves as such. We have used our clouds to meet people and bring them there so that you guys can meet people in the room. One of the biggest names in the room that I need to emphasize is the guy from Cheaper Cash. You guys can Google him. I met him last week. It was last 2 weeks. The dude is worth $2.2 billion, and I could not believe I was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, he's coming." Like that's it. So those are the kind of people that are going to be in the room. Somebody has. Oh, the ticket is. We only have 2 classes of tickets because there is no regular. You are all VIPs and you are all VVIPs. So our VIP ticket is just $250. Our VVIP ticket is $300. That's it. And
And the gap is not
yeah,
much. It's just $50, so you might as well be
yeah,
VVIP. If you can pay
yeah. And then
250, you
we
might.
have tables too. Yeah, we have tables as well. If you want to come for 8 people, there's a discount on that. Our tables are just 8 people, not 10 people. And I'll tell you why. We don't want anybody back in the stage because we put the chair back.
Everyone's facing the stage.
So everybody's facing the stage. When you get into the room, you are going to realize that there is a sense of deliberate in how we did every single thing, right? Because we want everybody to get the best experience. Our VIP tables, I believe, is $2,100, and our VVIP table, I believe, is $2,400. Yeah. So
For now, I've been working on getting them to raise the prices. So please, if you are interested, I've been talking his ear off about raising the prices.
yes,
That's all I'm saying for now.
Because we're almost sold out.
So Abby's trying to get us to raise the prices, but I'm trying to keep it that way for right now. Oh, sorry. Let me say that again. Our VIP tables for 8 people is $1,800. Our VVIP tables for 8 is $2,100.
You were putting for Las Vegas, Chicago, so we brought it down.
Yeah, we brought it down because we're coming to Chicago, right? So our VIP is, and if you go on follow this page right now, my page and the pages of all of these other guys, you can ask them any question. We have somebody that handles the page. I'll answer any question. Daddy Freeze is also coming over there. He's going to be the host. Daddy Freeze, you have to let your people know. Let them.
No. We're making all the noise in the world. We're making all the noise in the world, and I can't wait to be part of this. Savage here is one person that challenges me. Everybody else works at my pace. He's the first person I have to work at his pace. You understand? They just give me time, and I just do my thing by my lonely. But Savage, it's 2 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock, and you're not getting out of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. We've been here for almost an hour, 20 minutes. Parting notes.
Parting notes. Guys, all what we're doing is to, in our own way, change the rhetoric, to change the mentality. I want to full disclosure for you guys. We are not making money from what we're doing. Please, I need all of you to know that.
Does that need saying? If you want to if you want to have a bottomless champagne glass, you can't make money.
Yeah. So we just need you guys to know that we're doing this just to start the mental revolution first, start to come together and converge. It's very, very important. We're non-for-profit. Everybody's got a stake on the line. Even Daddy Freeze coming to host has something on the line, right? What he would have charged is not what he would charge. What he wants is not what we're able to give, but him keying into the idea of what we're trying to do, that's the whole idea. Avi's organization and her business has suffered just because of this, and she continues to give her time and continues to do more. Our board member here, Haslim, to be a board member on Savvy Initiative, guys, is $15,000 every year. And she doesn't stop at that. She continues to, give and bring more people and all of that stuff. Abby's organization is not only doing things, they are giving us money again, right? When you go out there, because it started with come and do this for us, and then it became I'm part of this. This has to succeed, and that is how everybody has come on board, right? So if you feel like this makes sense to you, if you want to be a part of what we're doing, if you want to be a part of the initiative, if you want support in any way, reach out. Like I said, it's not a money-making entity for us. We have 400 girls in Nigeria that depend on us every month from different schools, different states, and all of that stuff. We have people who are depending on us to learn IT across the world, and we have these people who are depending on us also to start to call attention to the things that we're doing. So please, let us start to become that change. Let us start to support each other. This is not money coming to my pocket. If you came for the event, it doesn't make you better. It doesn't make me better than you. The money you are paying to be in there does not allow me to be able to buy a Lamborghini or anything. It's nothing like that. We're just trying to do our best, right? We're looking for sponsorships as well, right? Any kind of sponsorship. We have different sponsorship ranging from as little as $1,000 to as much as $100,000. If that is something you want to be a part of, you want us to add you to our graphical elements, to our magazines, to our you can sponsor our souvenirs, you can sponsor our drinks. There's so many ways for us to collaborate. Guys, it's not about money, right? It's also about support. You can post what we are doing, right? Reach out to us. There's every way. You can donate from, like, did I say sponsorship starts from $2,000, but giving starts from even $5. It doesn't matter, right? Just come and be a part of what we're doing, or in the list at least, just come for the event, right? And come and see. We are going to have your display on the day of, right? I'm very excited about that for some reason, right? I don't know why I keep saying that instead of all the other important things, but that's just what we're doing this for. And we just need everybody. Let's stop talking about the problem. Let's be part of the solution, right? Come and be part of this. Come and talk to people from other. Some of our awardees are from Uganda. We have an Ugandan awardee. We have somebody from South Africa. We have somebody from. It's not a Nigerian thing, and everybody's going to be dressing in a traditional African regalia, which is what is going to make the night very beautiful, right? So come over there. Come and meet people. Come out of your shell. Come and meet other nurses. Come and meet people who have ideas. Come and meet people in the AI world. You might have an idea as a nurse that can be turned into an AI solution. Come over there. Let us have these conversations. We are smart, we're intelligent, and we're doing amazing things, but we are very fragmented. We're doing things in little silos, right? And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break those silos. Let's all come together. All right, I can continue talking, but I think I need to.
I know you won't stop.
Go ahead.
I know you're not going to stop. For me, guys, as you all know, most of my friends now, they have to just come and support me, support us. So what I'm going to say is just come support, get ticket, and just be part of this. You won't regret it.
Thank you, Haslim. And over to you, Avi.
Wow. I mean, I became part of this initiative, and I don't know if you can tell that I'm not African, but I'm actually from the Jewish community, and I have plenty of representation in this world. On every stage, somebody Jewish is winning an award, and I honestly think that if there were 100 other organizations doing exactly what we were doing, it would not be enough. Until we can have stages and places that represent everybody equally, until every single one of our children can look and find a role model who looks like them and sounds like them and has achieved something that they want to be, not necessarily in art and music, not necessarily in athletics, but maybe a brilliant software engineer or web designer or someone in a nonprofit, someone with an idea. Every single one of our children deserves to have role models. And until we have stages that are fully representative of everyone, we need to work 10 times as hard to make sure that we create the stages for ourselves. And I cannot wait to see you all in Chicago.
All right, guys, thank you so much. It's been a dream hosting you guys, and the dream continues in Chicago this year. Get in touch with Savvi Initiative and any one of the people here and be part of making this dream. These people have worked tirelessly, and it is also an opportunity for us Africans to coagulate and represent what we have and celebrate the unsung heroes. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. God bless. And you'll be seeing more of this team. They'll be in your face until Chicago happens in October. Take care. God bless. And thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you.